These are the 9 most mind-blowing conspiracy theories ever told on the Joe Rogan Experience. From a conscious AI that has already escaped its creators, to orchestrated disasters designed for control, and ancient secrets that rewrite human history. These are the craziest stories ever told on JRE. Our journey begins with an unlikely connection found in 2 unforgettable episodes. 1255 with Alex Jones and 1169 with Elon Musk. In separate interviews, years apart, Elon Musk would unknowingly confirm some of Alex Jones's wildest claims. It starts with the idea that our reality isn't real. Years before it was a popular topic, Jones explained that top physicists had already proven the existence of at least 12 dimensions. He claimed our world is an artificial projection, a computer-generated hologram so advanced that its architects are now finding glitches in the code.
There's like this sub-transmission zone below the 3rd dimension, and we're on this planet, and Einstein's physics showed it, Max Planck's physics showed it, there's at least 12 dimensions. And now that's why all the top scientists and billionaires are coming out saying it's a false hologram, it is artificial.
To many, that sounded like a crazy conspiracy. But a few years later, Elon Musk came to the same shocking conclusion. Not through paranoia, but through simple logic and math. He explained that if any civilization ever develops the ability to create simulations that are indistinguishable from reality, they would create billions of them. That means it's statistically plausible that our own existence is just one of many simulations, all running on a deeper layer of reality.
I think most likely this is just about probability. There are many, many simulations. These simulations are, you might as well call them reality, or you could call them the multiverse.
These simulations you believe are created, like someone has manufactured?
They're running on the substrate.
The strange connection didn't stop there. Jones had long warned about a powerful group obsessed with merging humans and machines. He claimed their ultimate goal was to use our best minds to create a breakaway civilization and leave the rest of humanity behind, seeing us as a flawed and failed species.
And the elites themselves, they're racing to try to take our best minds and build some type of breakaway civilization where they're going to merge with machines, transcend, and break away from the failed species that is man.
At the time, it was dismissed as madness. Yet Elon Musk would later describe the exact same idea. He famously said that when it comes to the rise of AI, if you can't beat it, you should join it. He explained that the problem is that our biological connection to the digital world is just too slow. His solution was his own company, Neuralink, which he created for the sole purpose of allowing humans to become one with AI.
The merge scenario with AI is the one that seems like probably the best. If you can't beat it, join it. That's like the purpose of Neuralink, is to create a high bandwidth interface to the brain such that we can be symbiotic with AI.
But the connection between their predictions goes even deeper. Jones warned of a human counterstrike against this out-of-control AI, claiming that even the powerful people who helped create it were now terrified and trying to shut it down. He believed they wanted to cut off the nefarious forces controlling the system before humanity itself is destroyed.
There's now a human counterstrike taking place to shut this off and to block these systems and to try to have an actual debate about where humanity goes and cut off the psychic vampires that are in control of this AI system before humanity's destroyed.
Once again, what sounded like a paranoid delusion was matched almost word for word by Musk. He admitted he had spent years trying to warn world leaders to put rules in place to slow down AI, but that his efforts were completely pointless because no one listened.
I tried to convince people to slow down, to regulate AI. I tried for years.
This seems like a scene in a movie where the robots are going to take over and you're freaking me out. Nobody listened.
Nobody listened.
No one.
So far they haven't.
Next, from episode number 911, comes a claim so wild it was immediately dismissed. While discussing nuclear weapons, Eddie Bravo proposed something shocking: that the famous black and white footage of atomic bomb tests from the 1940s and 50s was completely fake. He was convinced it was all a giant government hoax.
I don't know. All that old footage looks like, it doesn't look authentic. It looks like they faked all it.
You think nuclear bombs are fake?
There's a conspiracy theory that nuclear bombs actually don't exist.
Joe and his producer Jamie brought up the famous videos of atomic bombs being tested over the ocean, but Eddie held his ground. He argued that since the footage was the only proof we have, there was no way to know if what we were seeing was a nuclear bomb, or just a very large, regular explosion made to look like one.
Did you ever see the one where they dropped the bomb in the ocean and they didn't know how much of a blast it would create.
But all I'm saying is, how do you know it wasn't just a regular powerful bomb?
For years, the claim was considered a joke. But then, in episode number 2010, tech billionaire Mark Andreessen came on the podcast. He brought up the exact same idea, not as a guess, but as a known conspiracy from inside the military. He explained that the old footage of little houses being blown up was supposedly filmed at a secret Hollywood-style studio in California. The mission was to create propaganda to trick the Russians into thinking America's weapons were more powerful than they actually were.
Those were all basically fabricated at this facility, that those bombs actually were never detonated. Basically, the U.S. military was faking these bomb tests to freak out the Russians, to make us think that we had weapons that we actually didn't have at the time.
With this new information, Joe Rogan watched the footage again, but this time he saw it differently. He pointed out how the camera, supposedly right next to a nuclear blast, didn't even shake. The film itself should have been destroyed by the radiation, yet it survived perfectly. The evidence simply didn't add up.
Okay, so here's the question, right? So what happened to the camera?
You son of a...
How is that happening if the camera is like totally stable and fine?
Oh my God.
And by the way, and the film is fine. The radiation didn't cause any damage to the film.
A crazy claim, when backed by an insider account and a second look at the evidence, had suddenly become disturbingly real. The idea that a government would fake its most powerful weapon to manipulate its enemies went from being unbelievable to unsettlingly plausible. Next, in episode number 2124, Joe Rogan sat down with comedians David Attell and Ian Fidance to discuss the devastating 2023 fire that destroyed the historic town of Lahaina in Maui. The official cause was said to be downed power lines from Hawaiian Electric, but the government's slow and chaotic response fueled intense speculation. Reports emerged of disputes over water rights that prevented firefighters from accessing the water they desperately needed, all while the island's exposed power lines seemed like a disaster waiting to happen in such a famously windy place.
The people didn't want to release the water because the water is owned, like there's water rights, and the water was going to the rich neighborhoods where the golf courses are.
The lack of help for the victims led many to believe the fire was intentionally allowed to burn as part of a deliberate land grab, since the land destroyed was historic and extremely valuable to developers. But a much darker account soon emerged, involving a secret technology known as directed energy weapons, or DEWs. This claim suggested that the fires weren't an accident at all, but a targeted attack.
Wasn't the conspiracy that they were trying to get it out of there so they could sell the land?
Yes. The crazy conspiracy is the direct energy weapons conspiracy. Bro, the real tinfoil hat dudes, they'll corner you.
Was that like a heart attack gun for fires?
The biggest piece of proof for this incredible claim came from a viral video that spread across social media. It showed a powerful industrial laser that could burn through different colored fabrics instantly. But when the laser hit a blue piece of cloth, the cloth was left completely unharmed. This strange detail went viral when people started sharing photos from the fire's aftermath in Maui, showing an eerie phenomenon. Blue objects, like cars and umbrellas, were left perfectly untouched in the middle of all the ash and destruction.
Often shares clips of everyday items being burned by a handheld industrial laser in a workshop. The clip shows a laser burning yellow, red, and green fabric while a blue swatch is unscathed.
While the government has never acknowledged these claims, the strange visual evidence was enough to convince many that something sinister had occurred. It was a detail so specific and strange that for many, it turned a wild conspiracy into a terrifying possibility. When we think of pyramids, we think of Egypt. But what if the biggest pyramid complex on Earth is actually hidden in China? In episode number 872, author Graham Hancock describes an incredible landscape that most people have never heard of. The moment you land in Xi'an province, you see them. Hundreds, even thousands of giant pyramids stretching as far as the eye can see.
The moment you land there, if your aircraft, you're seeing pyramids everywhere. There are certainly hundreds and hundreds of them, distributed across fields, vanishing off into the distance in all directions. They've been terraced and used as agriculture.
Unlike the famous pyramids at Giza, many of these huge structures have been covered with dirt over time. They look so much like natural hills that local farmers actually use them to grow crops. The strangest part is what the Chinese government is doing about it. They know the pyramids are there, but refuse to dig them up, saying they are happy to wait hundreds of years before uncovering the secrets buried inside. This area is also home to the tomb of China's first emperor and his famous terracotta army.
They said then they didn't have the money. They said, we're an old country. We don't mind if we wait 200 years to get to grips with this. And the famous tomb of the first emperor is part of this pattern. It is also a pyramid. It has also not been excavated.
The pyramids were built from rammed earth. These ancient builders brought in massive amounts of dirt and packed it down layer by layer to create these giant man-made mountains. It was a huge project that would have taken an incredible amount of time and knowledge. The scale of the site and the government's refusal to explore it raises a big question. What ancient knowledge is buried beneath these fields that is so important? They would rather leave it hidden for generations to come.
And this pyramid was made out of what? Stones?
Rammed earth, mainly.
So they just sort of shaped the ground. They just dug around it.
Yeah, they brought in earth and turned it into a pyramidal mound. It's not
Stacked
massive
on
stone
top.
blocks. That's why they can grow crops on the sides of some of these pyramids.
Hancock remains fascinated by the mystery. He describes the scene in China as eerie and spooky, a silent testament to a past we don't remember. The sheer number of these unexplained structures, all aligned in a massive pattern, suggests a lost chapter of human history is just waiting to be uncovered. In early 2024, the skies over New Jersey became the center of a strange mystery. In episode number 2247, Joe Rogan and Duncan Trussell discuss about the swarms of car-sized, unidentified drones that appeared every night and baffled both residents and authorities. While the government offered vague and dismissive explanations, like saying they were just airplanes, a much more chilling account of what was really happening started to spread.
We're in a world where it's 2024 and there's drones flying over New Jersey and they're gaslighting us, saying they're all airplanes. They're saying we have it under control.
Yeah.
And then it appears there was a satellite that was shot out of the sky.
This central claim of the conspiracy is that these aren't hobbyist drones. They are advanced Chinese surveillance craft, being remotely piloted by a satellite that the US government secretly shot down over the ocean. This would explain why the drones were flying in such sophisticated patterns without any visible pilots.
The big conspiracy is that these are Chinese drones and they're being piloted by a satellite that they shot out of orbit. And this is a conspiracy?
What are the drones?
As the sightings continued night after night, the government's official silence on the matter became deafening. To many people, it felt like they were being lied to on purpose. How could the most powerful government on Earth not know what was flying over its own cities? The situation became so strange and frustrating that some residents were even videotaped shooting at the drones in the sky.
You have over New Jersey experimental vehicles that people are filming. Welcome to Earth.
Did you see the guy shooting into the sky at the drone?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm surprised more people haven't.
The mystery of the New Jersey drones remains unsolved, but the strange events served as a wake-up call for many, highlighting how little we are told about what is truly happening in the skies above us. Our next account from episode number 1852 takes us to the most remote place on Earth, Antarctica. Sam Tripoli discusses a massive post-World War II naval expedition called Operation High Jump, led by the famous Admiral Richard Byrd. The official story was scientific research, but the conspiracy suggests its true mission was much darker, to hunt for a secret Nazi base.
Have you ever looked into Klaus Schwab's dad?
No.
Have you ever heard of New Schwabenland?
No.
Have you ever heard of Operation High Jump?
I knew I was going to love this podcast. No, dude, it's Operation
crazy.
High Jump.
The theory claims that toward the end of the war, the Nazis, with the help of advanced alien technology, had established a base in an ice-free region of Antarctica called New Swabia. This land was named after a part of Germany and was allegedly discovered during a Nazi expedition in 1939. Admiral Byrd's massive naval fleet was sent down to investigate, but was met with overwhelming resistance from highly advanced, saucer-shaped craft.
He basically met with UFOs, Nazi UFOs.
What? The Nazis had a flying saucer.
Had made a deal, basically, working with
What?
You've never heard this?
No. The Nazis made a deal with the aliens?
Yes.
This shocking encounter led to one of the most infamous deals in secret history, a treaty signed by President Eisenhower. According to this account, the aliens, along with Klaus Schwab's father, met with Eisenhower. In exchange for technology, the government would allow these beings to abduct a certain number of humans for experiments, but only from specific, remote areas. This is a detail that many people now connect to the strange Missing 411 phenomenon, where thousands of people, often of German descent and highly intelligent, have vanished from national parks under mysterious circumstances.
They say Eisenhower made a deal with these aliens. They could kidnap people and do experiments, but they couldn't just do it anywhere. They had specific places, which were our national forests.
This incredible narrative connects the Nazis, UFOs, and a secret treaty that sold out humanity. Tripoli argues that this isn't just a grab for money or power, but a spiritual war being waged by low-frequency entities. It's a wild claim, but one that persists as a chilling reminder of the dark possibilities that might lie hidden beneath the ice at the bottom of the world. This next account, also from episode number 872 with Graham Hancock, delves into one of the most baffling mysteries of the ancient world. It begins with the modern scientific search for Planet 9, a massive planet thought to be 4 to 5 times the size of Earth, existing at the far edges of our solar system beyond Pluto. For decades, this was just a fringe idea, but now astronomers are almost certain it's out there.
I'm fascinated by this Planet 9 thing they're trying to observe now. They're almost positive that there's a planet out there. I think they said within 99% certainty.
This modern discovery is shocking because an ancient civilization, the Sumerians, seemed to know about it thousands of years ago. As one of the oldest known civilizations, they left behind detailed texts and carvings that challenge everything we think we know about the past. One of their most famous artifacts depicts our solar system with incredible accuracy. It shows all the planets in the right order, and even shows their relative sizes, with Jupiter being much larger than Mars, and Mars smaller than Earth.
See that thing that he's holding up in front of him? That is a piece of Sumerian art. Well, what's interesting is, you see that star? You see the star, the sun with all the planets? That is our solar system. It's not just our solar system, that is all the planets in all the right sizes.
This was created 6,000 years ago, at a time when humanity supposedly believed the world was flat and had no telescopes. The Sumerian model also included a mysterious 12th planet, which they called Nibiru. Their texts describe this planet as having a massive elliptical orbit that brought it into our inner solar system, between Mars and Jupiter, once every 3,600 years. According to their history, this planet was the home of their gods.
This elliptical orbit of this planet called Nibiru, and this planet is the outside edge of our solar system. It comes between Mars and Jupiter, and I think it was every 3,600 something years, and that this is where the Anunnaki came from.
According to the Sumerian texts, Nibiru was home to an advanced race of beings called the Anunnaki. They claimed these beings came to Earth, took early hominids, and introduced their own DNA to genetically engineer modern humans. The Sumerians even left behind a symbol that looks remarkably like the double helix of DNA, which they believed represented this act of creation. It's a mind-bending account that suggests our entire history might be completely different from what we've been told. Our next account from episode number 1530 with comedian Duncan Trussell takes us deep into the redwood forests of Northern California to a secretive 2,700-acre campground called Bohemia Grove. Every summer, a highly exclusive group of the world's most powerful men gather for 2 weeks of private meetings and bizarre rituals. We're talking about former presidents like Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush, along with industry titans and media moguls, all meeting in secret.
He went and snuck in to this place where like former presidents go. There's a photograph of it's Ronald Reagan with Herbert Walker Bush and a couple other people all standing around, and they would worship an owl god.
The centerpiece of the grove is a 40-foot concrete owl statue where the members, dressed in druid-like robes, perform their most famous ceremony, the cremation of care. During this ritual, they burn a human effigy, a wrapped-up body made of sticks, as a symbolic act of casting off their worldly concerns. This isn't just a rumor. Alex Jones famously snuck into the grove and secretly filmed the entire thing, exposing it to the world.
And they're dressed like druids, and some guy brings over something it's an effigy that's supposed to be a body, a wrapped up effigy. It's also a bunch of sticks and a blanket, but it's like shaped like a body.
Yeah.
And then they drop it on the fire, and they're all worshiping an owl god.
The question of whether these activities are just harmless fraternity fun or something much darker has been debated for years. Joe Rogan acknowledges that it could just be a silly, elaborate ritual for powerful men to blow off steam. It's possible that the secrecy and strangeness of it all is part of the appeal, a tradition that's bizarre, but ultimately meaningless.
When you see something like that, you go, well, maybe it's like fun that they do it, that nobody knows they do it. And you're not supposed to be doing it, and it's a secret, but nothing really is happening. That's also on the table. It's possible, but it's weird.
Regardless of the intent, the image of world leaders performing mock sacrifices in front of a giant owl statue remains one of the most disturbing and enduring conspiracies. And while Jones's footage brought this secret society into the light, What else happens behind the closed gates of Bohemia Grove remains a mystery. The next account, from episode number 2227 with comedian Adrian Iapolucci, dives into the disturbing allegations surrounding music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The conversation explores the idea that Diddy's legal troubles might connect to an even more powerful and dangerous circle of people, including the Clintons, who were famously associated with Jeffrey Epstein.
Do you think P. Diddy is in prison waiting for the Clintons to just kill him?
I don't think the Clintons were involved with P. Diddy, do you?
No, but Epstein.
Was Epstein involved with P. Diddy?
No, I just feel like these pedophile rings have to cross points at some point.
For a long time, the rumors about Diddy were limited to whispers about his wild parties, including his famous white parties, where guests had to wear all white. While these events were legendary in the industry, the darker details about what really went on, like the so-called freak-offs, only started to surface more recently.
I think I had peripherally heard that P. Diddy had big parties, but I never heard of freak-offs or any, I never heard of that stuff.
As the accusations grew more serious, they began to involve young singers and children, drawing comparisons to other high-profile predators in the music industry. The conversation highlighted the disturbing reality of how Diddy was able to operate in plain sight for so long, seen with powerful figures like Oprah and Obama, all while these horrific activities were allegedly taking place.
There's so many horrific accusations involving young singers, like children. And meanwhile, the guy was like hanging out with Oprah, hanging out with Obama.
Jay-Z, everyone. I'm sure the Clintons were there at some point.
The speculation, though unproven, points to a dark network of power and influence. While the conversation was humorous at times, the underlying fear was real. Adrian even joked that talking about it could put her in danger, highlighting the chilling possibility that when it comes to the powerful elite, some secrets are kept at any cost.